Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a little overview or just a little video of what I have on my pull list, what I'm currently reading, what I get monthly basically. So I have basically, from the New 52, I have 3 that are my favorite, and those are the only ones I read. And then I have some others. So first off, Animal Man from Jeff Lemire, Travel Foreman, and Dan Green. Jeff Lemire, of course, he's my favorite writer and artist, probably. Well, I don't know about one of my favorite writers and artists. Number 1, I have it signed. And signed from Jeff Lemire, so that's pretty awesome. Number 2, I'll just go through the covers and show you. The art in this from Travel Foreman is just insanely good. Really nice detail. Very cool art with the whole Animal Man. At first, you kind of think like the idea of it maybe sounds a little weird or kind of lame to some people, but I would really suggest you picking up this. I don't know when actually I think it's already done one of the arcs, so you'll be able to pick that up as a volume fairly soon. The art is just like amazing. And one of the cool things is, I'll show you this last one. The birth of Animal Woman. Dun dun dun. But what I was gonna say was, one of the really cool things is with Animal Man, and my next favorite one, or my other comic that I'm subscribing to, is Swamp Thing, and what they're doing is they are doing a crossover. Yay! And it's gonna be fucking awesome. So this is by Scott Snyder and Yannick Paquette. Again, number 1, I have it signed. I got that signed at Toronto Comic Con. Both these. And if you want to, I have another video of what else I got there. Some really cool stuff if you want to go and see that. I don't know what I like better. The art in both this one and Animal Man are really nice. But I think I like this one more, Swamp Thing, just because the backstory is a little more, a little better. And the writer, I think, like Scott Snyder is just like pretty much godly with his writing. He's one of my favorite writers too, of course, but you can't, I mean, my favorite artists, or my favorite writers are probably, well, they are Jeff Lemire and Scott Snyder. So it's really cool for them to do a crossover. But I like this one better, I think, because like you can't really compare Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire because they do their writing style is kind of, it's different, especially Well, Jeff Lemire is just different in all of his work. He hi again. Sorry, my camera actually ran out of space on its SD card. So what I was saying was that, like, for Swamp Thing and Animal Man, you can't really compare them, because if you've read stuff from Jeff Lemire, like his his Sweet Tooth and Essex County, he does more like emotional, and he does different themes when writing than Scott Snyder does. I think Scott Snyder just does, like, I haven't read enough of him yet, but so far his writing is just a lot more, I'd just say, like, badass, pretty much. I think he does action better, whereas Jeff Lemire does, like, story a little bit better. But, like, if I was gonna read something long term, like for a couple years, I think I would prefer Jeff Lemire over Scott Snyder, but I don't know. I'll get back to it when I've read a little bit more Scott Snyder. So, anyways, right here in the heart of the rot, you can see it's already starting the crossover, because in both Animal Man and in Swamp Thing, the common enemy is the rot. You can kind of see some weird things from it, and basically the idea is just that the rot's trying to take over the world, and Swamp Thing, he comes from this place called the Green, which is all like plant life and whatnot. I don't know how to describe it besides other than plants and whatever. And Animal Man, that's pretty obvious, but he comes from the red, and that's what controls all life. So animals, that's why you control them. So, and number 7, Reborn. I wonder what happens in this one. Da, da, da. So, one of the things that I really like in, like, I think Animal Man, the art is just good overall, but one of the specific things that Yannick Paquette is good at is his positioning of the panels. They're all like really interesting and different ways of doing it, and unique, I'd say. So lastly of the new 52 is Batman, of course. Again by Scott Snyder, and as the writer, of course. And this one is just awesome. I mean, I haven't read much Batman. I've read like a couple of the main stories, but haven't read much in comparison to some other of his whole story and whatnot. But this one is just, I mean, I think it might actually be my. It's kind of tied for. If I was gonna rate all these 3, is what I'm talking about. Is I think it would be maybe Swamp Thing, then Batman, but they're kind of on the same level, and then Animal Man's a little behind. So, but the art in this, it's not as detailed as, you know, like Swamp Thing, but the colors in this, like the way he does colors, the red and the black, and the enemy in this, sorry if you haven't read it, but the enemy is this guy, or kinda, like, it's the Court of Owls, and he's basically a badass assassin. And I really love the enemy in this one. He's just awesome. Like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I like better. So those are the new 52 that I have. I would have Toronto Comic Con there. Scott Snyder was supposed to be there, but he was postponed for some reason. So unfortunately, I couldn't get my Batman's signed, which is unfortunate. But then here I have Sweet Tooth. This is number 31. Sorry if you can see that. The reason I bought this one randomly was because I thought it was the start of a new, well, it's kind of the start of a new arc, but then after that I decided to, I just decided against it, because I wanted to, I really love this series, and I'd rather have it in volume form, so, just because it looks nicer, you know. I want it as a collection, not just for reading it. Amazing Spider-Man. This is the start of a, well, this is the second issue in an arc, and when I went to the comic book store, I wasn't able to get 680, so I ordered it, so I'll get that. I'm catching up on it right now. In another video I showed, like I have, here I'll show you. I have those two there. Big Time and Matters of Life and Death of Spider-Man. So I'm trying to catch up. The volumes aren't even out yet, so I have to wait a little bit. But I'm starting to collect these for the future when I want to read it. And Fatale. Ed Brubaker. I'm sure a lot of you know him. He's done a couple awesome things. He did well, I'm sure you know, he did like some really awesome noir stuff, and well, really awesome for what I've heard of. Unfortunately, I haven't read anything from him besides this and Captain America, sorry, and there's another thing he's done. But this is number 3 of his new series from Image. This one, the art is just, it's really unique, and it's really interesting because it's noir, but it also has, like, it's crime, whatever, it's like a crime story, but it also has like a bit of mystery and magic and like fantasy stuff, so really good. I don't have the 2-in-1 here right now, but definitely pick this one up. Really awesome. So those are my what I'm collecting right now. Other than that, I'm just buying a lot of volumes of stuff and trying to catch up, and so there you have it. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you can, and have a nice day.